Hey everybody, Marcus Crawford here with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Hey, we are still on the big island of Hawaii on the Kona side, and we are in a bay next to the Captain Cook Memorial, where actually Captain Cook was killed in 1779 by the native Hawaiians. He first came in 1778. They thought he was a god. As soon as they found out he wasn't a god, they killed him. And anyway, there's a memorial out there. There's a couple of parks. One of them's a state park and one of them is a county park. The county park, I couldn't find any place to park, but we found this spot that we could walk to and was a good place to launch the drone. So I'm going to put the names of those parks on the screen. I probably can't pronounce them, and honestly, I don't remember the names. But let's quit messing around. Let's do our droney, and I'm going to show you around the area here. It is spectacular. Reversing up now, reverse and up. The little Mini 4 is just doing a tremendous job here too. I debated when I came out here if I should bring like the Air 3 or something like that, but of course I wanted something very compact. You can see where we're at here. We just found this, we walked down this road. You'll see a dirt road behind it. Maybe I can get some aerial footage of it. We walked down that, found a place to park kind of on a main road. The roads are interesting. These are places I guarantee you that most tourists don't get to, and you really got to look at them, look on the map to find this kind of stuff, and that's what I did. So I'm going to rotate around here and kind of take you around, and I can show you where the parks were at that we tried to. And let's grab some altitude here. I can show you where the parks were at that we tried to find a place to park at, and then the state park. And you can't. I think I probably. It's weird. Some of the things they call state parks here aren't really state parks, and some of them are. It's hard to tell. They don't. Their state park regulations don't allow flying drones, so definitely respect that. We were at another park earlier, a private park called Shoreline Park earlier today, and man, I would really wanted to fly there, but they also said no drones. So let's see, is this that park? I'm gonna zoom in here. No, that's not it. I'm gonna keep moving around here and see if I can find the park that we tried to find earlier. Or we did find it, we just couldn't. There was literally there's little one-lane paths. I mean, this is historic stuff. There were battles fought here in the 1700s and so forth, and these are just little pathways that get to these houses down here, one-way pathways. So it's difficult, and there's literally no room to park. So I think it's right here on the other side of this little thing. So I need to grab some altitude here. I think I'm getting a little bit blocked by terrain. So we'll grab, yeah, there's that park right there. You can see it right there. You can see that little sandy beach there. But they're literally trying to find a place to park there was all but impossible. So I'm kind of blocking my, getting blocked by terrain here. So I'm going to move back out. Then the state park we were looking at, let me keep moving out here, is right over there. I'm grabbing some altitude, trying to get some signal back. So you see where it looks like there's kind of a rock wall there. That is a state park, and we pulled into that first. And we could. There was a place to park, but obviously I was afraid to launch the drone from there. But yeah, let's zoom in on that a little bit. And that's where there were ancient, I know King Kamehameha had a fort there and so forth. I'll put some of that on the screen here for you to see. But yeah, you can kind of see there's a little, they call it a pier. It's not really a pier down there on the end. But anyway, enough of that. Let me get turned around and get back out here. Let me zoom back out. Sorry for that quick zoom. And there were some people that were telling us, I don't know if it's true or not, that there's caves against this bluff here that some of the Hawaiian royalty are buried in, but I can't say that for certain. What I can do, and yeah, we got signal back here because I'm not, I was blocked by terrain a little earlier. Let's get down lower. And there's a name for this bay too, and this is where Captain Cook anchored his ship. And I cannot remember the name of it, but I'll definitely put it up on the screen so you can see it. And we'll see if we can get out here and get a look at the, in fact, let's throw it in sport mode here and see if we can get a look at the monument. I see a couple of obelisks off in the distance, and I am not sure which is which, but I want to give you guys a look if I can. We got really good signal here. And yeah, this is the monument right here, and you can hike down to that. I'm going to get centered up on it. You can hike down to that. However, it is a 4-mile one-way hike, and it's downhill on the way down. Yeah, there we go. This gives you a good look. So I knew the only way I was going to see this was with a drone, right? So we're not going to be able to get too low here, I think, because I need to. Although, you know what? I've got good signal, so why not? Let's drop the camera down. There's some people there, so we don't want to bug them, but let's get in a little bit closer. And that's the very spot where Captain James Cook was killed. I'm zooming in here. This, of course, is just a digital zoom. And they came in the early 1880s, and they built this memorial. And the only way to get to it, again, is there's a hiking trail that's 4 miles long, and it's very steep and rugged, and too much for old guys like me. Sorry for that quick zoom. And then there's a lot of snorkeling companies that they bring their boats out here, and you can get up there and look at it, and people snorkel here. So anyway, that's that. I was hoping we'd see some of the snorkel boats and so forth. Kind of want to show you the point here and see this. Really good signal with the drone. Direct line of sight on the drone from here. It's perfect. There's another beach there. I didn't see that beach earlier, and I'm sure it's a hike to get down there. Yeah, let's oh yeah, okay, so here's these boats, I'm sure are the ones that they're snorkel tours, I believe is what they are, and people rent the, rent a snorkel tour on these boats. We'll kind of thread the needle here between these two. Yeah, and I'm sure that's what those people there, they're probably off of that boat. Yeah, I'm going to grab some altitude here and go over the trees here so we're not over the top of anybody. See if we can get a look at that, the monument from straight down. Yeah, there we go. The Captain Cook obelisk right there. All right. I'm going to stop recording here real quick. We got 66% battery. I'm going to do a quick master shot here. And there we go. I tried to make the obelisk the center of it. Yeah, there we go. Estimated flight time 2 minutes. Let's start.
3, 2, 1.
And let's see what the drone does for us here. This should be pretty good. Yeah, so it's doing a droney first. I had to adjust its position. But if you haven't read the history of the Hawaiian Islands and Captain Cook, you should, because it's sure interesting. Uh, really, really interesting history uh, and the way they interacted with the local Polynesian people here, and the story of King Kamehameha, and he was a very benevolent king, took care of his people, united the Hawaiian Islands, and yeah, pitch up and fly forward is telling me here we're about halfway through. Anyway, give us a good look. This is probably the best look you're going to get at Captain Cook's Memorial without taking a snorkel tour, or if you're in really fit and in good shape and a lot younger than me, you can do the 4-mile hike in, which is kind of downhill, but then you got 4 miles to go out and it's uphill from there. So yeah. And you know, then if you haven't, if you don't know the history of Mutiny on the Bounty, look that up too. It's really interesting with Fletcher Christian. It took place here as well. They visited a lot of these same islands and so forth. And you know, let's make our way back. We're down to 58% battery, so no point in getting too carried away. But you can see the side of this bluff here, and it's pretty rugged. Let's just head on back. Bring it back to us here. We're almost at max legal. We don't need to be that high. Come back across the water. Is this beautiful or what? I mean, look at the clouds on the side of the island here. You absolutely understand the beauty of Hawaii when you visit places like this. We're in sport mode. We are hauling the mail coming back at about 15 meters per second. That's about, I don't know, 33 miles per hour or so. Something like that. Almost 16 meters per second. Again, you know, the drone just performs flawlessly. It's amazing. Uh, we've got, again, we're shooting directly at the drone, so good signal, etc. A little bit of wind, but it's not bothering this little guy any. And the other thing is, it's amazing the battery power. Back in the days of the Mini 2 and stuff, you couldn't have done this flight because wouldn't have had the battery power to do it. But this little drone has no problem. So I was trying to decide if I should let it try and do a precision landing, but I didn't really do the DJI wants you to take the drone up straight 7 meters from the landing site. I really didn't give it a good look when we took off, but maybe we'll try that. We'll kind of go up the other side here as we bring it back and kind of take a look. I'll show you the road that we came in on as we when we were walking down here. It's a dirt road, but what I know about, I grew up in an area, a volcanic area, and these rocks get really sharp, and it's a good way to puncture a tire. I'm in a rental car. I didn't want to do that. Throwing the drone back in normal mode now, so we got all of our obstacle avoidance. And I'm going to kind of move around here and show you the road that we walked down. So, and it goes right through a lava field, a little lava flow here. See this dirt road? Well, you know, that may not look like much to you, but discretion was the better part of valor. There were a couple of parts of it that were pretty rugged, and so yeah, I didn't want to risk puncturing a hole in a tire, and you know, then you're down here waiting for a tire man to repair your tire, etc. I don't know if that car, it's a rental car. I don't know if it has a spare or not. I'm going to show you where we're parked here. So that little silver car right down there, that's where we're parked, and we walked in from there. We still got 39% battery. Let's go the other way here and kind of give you a look at the coastline. And again, I'm going to drop the camera down so you can see this lava field. I mean, it's rugged stuff. That will tear up your tire like you don't even know. So kind of move sideways back over here. And yeah, I mean, look at this rugged coastline, this rugged volcanic coastline. And you can see there's spots here, other spots here where people are parked at, etc. And I'm sure there were people here in just regular cars, but again, without heavy-duty tires, I wasn't going to take a chance. I just want to give you a look at this coastline. This is pretty cool. The rugged Hawaiian coastline. All right, let's run this guy out a ways, and then we'll do a return to home, and we'll let the drone find its way back. And who knows, maybe it'll do a precision landing. I don't know. Let's do, I'm going to hit return to home on the controller.
Return to home.
And here it comes on its way back to us. We got a, well, I don't know if you'll be able to see it when the drone lands, but there's a perfect little shelf here in the lava flow that we were able to sit down on. Sarah's been, right here. But anyway, if you make a trip to Hawaii, I encourage you to find the out-of-the-way places like this. That's where you're going to get a more real experience. God, look at that turquoise water. Man, oh man. Is that beautiful or what? That's what you think of when you think of Hawaii. Well, here comes the little drone. It's coming down. And it says it's landing. It looks like it might be pretty darn close, huh? I'll see. I'll have my finger on the pause button if I need it. Pause. Yeah, it is not quite there. I'm going to go into slow mode here. Move it over, bring it down. And I'm going to, before we put it in landing mode, I'm going to get it right over the pad here. It wouldn't hurt it to land on those rocks, but anyway, right on the pad, left stick straight down. Got her in landing mode.
Landing.
There, we're on the pad. Well, I tried to get set up where I wasn't completely in the shade here for the conclusion. But anyway, you got to see, one of the things that I wanted to do here was see Captain Cook's Memorial. Well, I didn't get right down to it, but we sure did it with the drone. And you got to see a little bit of the rugged Hawaiian coastline. So yeah, I mean, we're south of Kona is where we're at. I'll put the names of all the parks and everything on the screen so that you guys will see them. And that's about it. This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out. And if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. Most of all, I so appreciate you taking the time to look at this video. And of course, we will see you on the next one. Goodbye, or I should say, aloha from Hawaii.